so excited to be live today. So when you guys hop on, please say hi. If you're new to my page, say hi. I'm super excited to be on and just do a chill live with you guys. Don't worry, I will be back with all the amazing, motivation and tips for you all as always. But today I just wanted to come on here and chat with you guys because I have quite a few new people on my page, obviously, and I want to get to know you guys, and I'm sure you guys want to get to know me. So let's just chat, right? Let's just chat. So I made this awesome drink right here. First taste test. So good. Ooh, tasty, just like dessert. So real quick, I have this tea that I got from Amazon, and it's called Strawberry Cheesecake. It's by Red Rose, and they have like a whole bunch of like dessert flavored teas. So what I did was I brewed about like 4 ounces of it, and I mixed it in here with some frozen strawberries, some coconut milk, my zest, and I put a little bit of ice cubes because the water from the tea was still a little warm, so I felt like it might have melted the strawberries, the frozen strawberries a little bit. So yeah, and that's it, and it tastes freaking amazing. So anyways, guys, so I've had a lot of new people on my page, and honestly, I love that. I love meeting new people, and I love getting to know you all. But I'm on here because I want to talk to y'all, and I feel like I've gotten such an overwhelming response of love and just amazingness. Like, I'm so happy. It was definitely something very, very like hard for me to do, but it felt good. And the overwhelming response, I loved it, and I appreciate every single one of you all. So that's why I wanted to hop on here and chat with you guys, and just chat, and then just tell you a little bit about my story live, and we can talk about it. And then if you guys have any questions about anything about my journey, then it's an open book, so drop comments and stuff and questions. And then at the end, I'm gonna do a little giveaway. So if you stay to the end, you're gonna get a little giveaway. We're gonna do a little giveaway at the end. So hopefully some of y'all stick through to the end. And yeah, so anyways, so let's take it back a notch, right? So I've always dealt with bullying when I was younger, because I was different, and because I was Egyptian, and yeah, I was just different. So like, I went to a private school for almost yes, I actually went to a private school for about majority of my life, probably up until like 6th grade, and I kind of hung out with the guys most of the time, just because like the girls I just got bullied so much by them, and they just made fun of me and all that nonsense, and thought I had some sort of disease and whatnot because I was from Egypt. So they called it a sun disease, and I still remember it vividly, you guys. It was quite hilarious. But anyways, so yeah, like, my schooling hasn't been all the best, and I've always tried to kind of like fit in. And I felt like that kind of took a toll on me as I grew older, because then I didn't know who I was. Like, I didn't know who I was supposed to be. I didn't know, who I was supposed to be, like my personality, things like that. I didn't know, because I spent my entire life like trying to like fit in. I tried my whole life to fit into these spots with people, to have friends and things like that. That, as I grew older, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what made Sarah happy. I didn't know, anything like that. So I ended up growing up just like being a huge people pleaser, and I would do anything to kind of, you know, make people happy and to kind of make them like me, because I felt like I was such an outsider all the time. So and I guess, you know, as a lack of that, you know, I had bad friends, like fake friends. So yeah, so basically, I, you know, middle school and all that, it wasn't honestly the best. I didn't really have a lot of friends, just had maybe a few, but they weren't just that, like, best friend. You know what I'm saying? We all go through life and we all want that one best friend. I didn't really have that. I just had, like, acquaintances that you say hi to, and they're just like your school friends, you know? You have like your school friends, and then you have like your friends' friends, and I didn't have that. So fast forwarding into a little bit before 2014, and I was in college at the time, obviously. You're a special soul. Aw, thank you so much, Lori. I love you, girl. So blessed to have met you. Seriously, you're amazing. So a little bit before 2014, you know, I was in college at that time, and a little before that, like I said, so like from 2010 to like 2013, I was in a community college, and that's where I started. And, you know, I had a few friends there, but I think that's when everything kind of really started to take a toll, because, like I said, you know, I had a dream of what I wanted to do for the longest time, you know, and I've always wanted to, you know, become a doctor, not because of financial reasons, just because the things that I wanted to do in the community and serve the children community, most importantly, that's why I wanted to go that route. And then, so anyways, aside from that, if you know, like, it's a very tough, like, route, because of the classes you have to take and the grades and all this expectation of you. So anyways, I tend to help a lot of people, like with schoolwork and things like that, whether it was financial, like money, schoolwork. I was always doing like other people's papers. I was helping them do their thing. I even, you know, everything, literally everything. Okay. And you know, they end up with the good grades and I end up with the crappy ass grades. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, why? Like, I'm the one who literally wrote this and y'all get an A. And then I wrote the same paper for myself and I get a C for whatever reason. For whatever reason at all. Hi, Kylie. So, you know, I help so many people with school, you know, that I left my cup empty. When it came to Sarah's needs and Sarah's things for school, it was empty. And I preach this so much to you guys, that you can't pour from an empty cup. You always have to look at yourself first before you help other people. And because I was just so longing for like a relationship, like a real friendship, and I just felt like, because I was so different and because of this and that, that I didn't know like what else to do, you know. So you know, I had a few friends that I called like my best friends, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, it became kind of toxic, I guess that's the best word to use. And I say that because it got to the point where, like, you know, when I finally had a car, you know, I was always lending my car to everybody. Whenever it came to money, I was always lending my money to everyone and helping them, and I never got anything in return. I'm not a kind of person to ask for something in return, but it became that. It became to where I was always expending myself to help other people, that nobody was helping me when I needed it. You know, and people were tarnishing my image, not in the sense that I mean like in a bad way, but I'm just saying like tarnish my image. Like, you know, I'm a nice person and I'm friendly to other people, and then people make me look the complete opposite in front of other people, and it's just like, what? I was just like, I've been your friend for the longest time. I'm not a drama causer. I'm not any of that. Oh, thank you, Crystal. I love you, girl. So anyways, leading up to like 2014, I think that's kind of when I had like my breaking point, because you know, the one person that I, you know, quote unquote, like, you know, called my best friend, just like blew up at me. You know, and I feel like people, when it comes to like mental health, people like put that on the back burner, and I don't think people talk about it enough, and I don't think your friends value that, and I don't think your friends kind of realize that, you know. I'm not an inconsiderate person, not at all. So, you know, although she was going through her own stuff, I was very considerate of that, and I was very considerate of other people. But, you know, sometimes Sarah has her bad days. Sarah has her things, you know, and I was going through life trying to figure out who the hell I was, what was happiness to me, and things like that. So anyways, one day, you know, things kind of just like, you know, blew up, and the reason I say that this one day is because it's an ongoing like trickle effect. Like every time like Sarah wanted to you know, say her opinions as to, you know, if something bothered Sarah, it was wrong. But if something bothered you, then Sarah was wrong and I did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of what it was like every single time. And I was just like getting so exhausted that, you know, Sarah got to the point where like whenever anything bothered her, she just didn't really speak up no more. And I didn't, because it just became pointless. It became pointless for me to speak my mind and speak what bothered me, if it wasn't gonna come up to anything. And you know, leading up to that time, I started having a really bad like relationship with food, because I would eat. That's all I would do. I would show up to school and eat. I would, you know, I literally would wake up in the morning thinking about, okay, well, what am I going to eat today when I get to school, you know? And mind you, it wasn't even healthy foods. Like I'd stuff my face, you know, with fries and wings and burgers and whatnot and things like that. And then I would just sit on like a beanbag at our school all day and just like watch Netflix or watch movies or whatever. So it got to the point where I didn't want to do anything. Like, you know, people would ask me to go out, or, you know, and it's not even like anybody asked me to go out, but like in the event that people did, I didn't want to go out. I just wanted to stay home. I just wanted to sleep. That's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was sleep and eat, and that's pretty much it. And like my school went to shit because I didn't give a shit no more. And I'm sorry for the language, but I'm gonna be completely honest. So, and that's why I say it's so important to make sure that your cup is filled. Like, don't overexpend yourself to other people. And that's what I did. Like, I expended my time with school, my time with this, helping everybody else, making sure that they got the help that they need. That when it came to Sarah didn't have anything left in her cup to help. You know, Sarah didn't have any more. So anyways, you know, like I said, because I had such a bad relationship with food, you know, I equated happiness with a certain figure. Like I said, yes, when I'm done. I equated happiness with a certain figure, you know, because of the way society was. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm skinny and, you know, I'm fit and I do this, I'll look good, you know, and I'll feel better about myself. But because I had such a horrible, like, relationship with food, I would lose the weight. I'd fall back into that dark cloud, that dark circle again, and I'd stuff my face again. And then I'd gain everything back. And that happened like year after year. So I remember it because I lost weight and then I was actually pretty good. And then I fell back into that circle. And And what I did, I remember because I visited Egypt that summer. Well, actually, it was the summer after. So, and then I gained everything right back because all I did was eat and I didn't really care. So, I want to always be there for you. Oh, thank you so much, Damaris. It means a lot. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Raneem. So yeah, basically, so like I said, in 2014, like I got in that really bad fight, and then I think at that point, and like I said, I'm not saying like it was her fault, but it's just kind of like, think of it as like a bomb, like a ticking time bomb. You know, you have that time and you pile and pile and pile and pile and pile, and then you're gonna pile that one last thing, and once you pile that one last thing, that's when you blow up, and that's when you're just, you know, over everything, you know. So, and that's what happened with me. So what happened with me was I got to the point where I was just tired and I was just exhausted from it, because I was tired of not having real friends. I was tired of not having someone that I could, trust and call like that best friend, you know, because we all go through life and we want that, you know, you want that person that is like your person. If you watch Grey's Anatomy, Christina Yang, how she's Dr. Gray's person. Everybody wants to go through life having that one person that you can always like reach out to and be like, you're my best friend, you know, and like, you're the person that's gonna be my bridesmaid, or you're the person that's gonna be whatever, you know. How are you, girl? So 2014, that's kind of when I basically fell off the grid. I gave up, and I was just like, you know what, I honestly felt like I really didn't have anything to live for anymore, and I was just like really tired. And I talk about this because I want to put something out there, like, people who, you know, attempt suicide, or, you know, it's not necessarily the thought of not wanting to live. It's the thought of trying to get the pain to stop. The pain of always getting hurt, the pain of always, you know, not being treated correctly, all these things. So don't get it wrong, because the thing with this mental health stigma is like, a lot of people think people who commit suicide do it for attention. It's not for attention, boo. It's not for attention at all. They're hurting, and nobody wants to take the time to listen to them. Nobody wants to take the time to actually sit there and really listen to them. And that was me. Nobody wanted to take the time to listen to me. And whenever Sarah wanted to voice her opinions and how she felt, it was invalidated. I'm good. I like your story. I just want you to know I'm always here for you if you ever need. Oh, thank you so much, girl. That means a lot. So, you know, I attempted suicide 2014, did that, and that was a hassle, because, you know, after that, when you do something like that, you have to get Baker acted in a hospital for 3 days, and they don't let you go, and then a psychiatrist has to come see you, and then they have to officially, you know, diagnose you, and whether you need to go to a behavioral facility or if you can go. And obviously I went to a behavioral facility, and I stepped in there, and I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to be here. And, you know, this isn't where I want to be. And I say this why? I say this because mental health in our healthcare system is at the bottom, that they don't take enough time to provide nice facilities. You know, someone who wants to go to a facility, you want to go somewhere that feels welcoming, that feels calm, that feels nice, and feel like you're gonna get the care. You don't want to go somewhere that feels like a prison. And the place that I went to, it felt like a prison. It felt like, you know, you had the cold white walls and everything, and I don't know if that's a standard, but I feel like, you know, mental health needs to be taken care of more properly, and I think we need to provide better facilities. I think we need better facilities for mental health, because going into a facility like that is not calming. It's not calming at all. So the facility that I went to was like cold rock, like white walls, and it was just scary. It was very, very scary. And at that point I was just like, what did I do? Why am I here? And I was just frustrated with myself because of what I did, because like I said, people don't commit suicide because they don't want to live no more. It's just, they're just in so much pain that seems to be the only route to really help that pain, you know? So I went there and I convinced the doctor there that I was good and what I did was wrong and I didn't mean to and I didn't really want to, and I wanted to get out because I was supposed to stay there for 10 days, but I only stayed there for 1 day. Do I think I shouldn't have done that? And do I think I probably should have stayed the 10 days? Yes. But, I don't know. I didn't like the facility, and I just was, I felt like I could get better on myself, you know, and I didn't want to be stuck there. So I left, and then shortly after that, you know, I took some time off, and then I got back to school. And then I fell in this cycle where I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. I was in between majors. I basically was gonna give up on my dream of wanting to be a physician, because I was just tired. And I just went from, oh, I'm gonna do business, to, oh, I'm gonna do event management, to, oh, I don't know what I want to do, to finally settling to doing psychology. So I have a BS in psychology, and so yeah. And then after that, so what I did was I tried to help myself, you know, and then after that I realized that I had a problem and I really needed to fix it because I wasn't happy anymore. I literally, like I said, I would sleep all day, and I didn't have any energy, any motivation to do anything. And like I said, you know, I went through the cycle of dropping classes. Like, I would take a semester and I was just like, you know what, this is too much. Drop. And then I'd end the semester with only like 1 class. And the following semester, I did the same thing. So, you know, when you drop these classes, I love psychology. And I think that's why I ended up going into that, because when I was in, you know, community college and stuff, my, like the what do you call it? The electives that I had to take, in community college, I always went to psychology. Like, all the classes that I took as my electives were psychology. So like I took you know, psychology of human sexuality, biology of human sexuality, you know, I took all the different kinds of psychologies because I loved learning about that. So when I finally decided that I was gonna do psychology, I was like, okay. So at that point I was like, okay, we're gonna hit the ground, we gotta do this, we're gonna finish it. And at that time I you know, like I said, I went to see a therapist and they gave me medication, and I started doing the medication. I was just like, you know what, I gotta do something, right? Because Sarah can't live like this no more, and Sarah needs to finish her degree and figure out what she wants to do. So I did that for some time. And I also have ADHD, so your girl's like all over the place. So I did that, and then, you know, I finished, you know, school and stuff. But like I said, I was falling into that toxic cycle again because I was, you know, don't get me wrong, okay? I don't have anything wrong with, weed or anything like that, because it helps a lot of people and there's a lot of good things about it, so I'm not downing it at all. But what I'm trying to say is I went down a cycle where I was in a toxic cycle where I was trying to like self-medicate that way, and then, you know, dabbling in like alcohol and all this nonsense and whatnot. So it was going really bad, you guys, really bad. And I caught myself and I told myself, and I was like, if I don't fix what I need to fix, this is gonna go a really bad way. Like, if the cycle kept going, it was gonna go bad. So anyways, like I said, I went to go get the help that I needed, and then I didn't like how the medications, you know, made me feel. And so shortly I stopped taking them. Like, I just kept them in my drawer. I looked at them and I was just like, I'm not gonna take them no more. And you can even ask my supervisor. She noticed a difference when I started taking it, but she noticed that it kind of took away from my personality. It kind of took away with how Sarah felt, how she was. She was very mellow, very calm, very to herself. And that's how the medication made me feel. So fast forward to about and that's why I started getting into like inspirational things. That's why I started getting into reading about inspirational things, reading inspirational quotes, sharing inspirational quotes and things like that with people, talking about inspiration, sharing these tips, because not only was it helping me, it was helping other people. And then after that, I think it was about March. I think it was like March of 2019. That hi Sakia, hi Kayleen. So it, like I said, it was basically, because right before 2019, like I said, in 2016, I went to Egypt, and then I, gained all the weight that I had back again, and I was just like, oh God, it's a never-ending cycle. This is never gonna end. Tried to lose weight again. I did keto, and I went to the gym, and I lost some weight, but then I hit like a stall, and then I just wasn't feeling good about myself. Like, I still hated the way my body felt. So I was seeing this post around on Facebook around probably about a little bit before, like around February 2019. I started seeing this post from my friend that I've been following for a while. And she started talking about this product that was making her feel good, like mentally feel good, like clarity, like focus, and knowing me coming from like a science background and all that, I know about dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. I know about all these. I know, I've learned about them. You learn about them in psychology. They are very important hormones that are produced in your brain that help your mental clarity, that help your focus, and just help your overall being. It's what makes you feel happy. So anyways, I saw her talking about it, and I think I watched her for about a month or so, or a little bit more, and I got curious, and I was like, literally guys, I was trying to Google this stuff. I was like, what is this that she's talking about? I need to do my research and things, until I finally just got the courage to just message her and be like, yo, can you please tell me what is this that you're talking about, because I want more information. So she gave me all the information, like everything that I needed. Read about it, I thought about it, and then she's like, we have a sample. I was like, you know what do I have to lose? At this point, I've tried everything. I've done this, and I've gone yo-yoing and all this nonsense. Why not try it, right? So I gave it a try, and I was like, I'm gonna try this sample. And mind you guys, I was just under the impression that I just wanted this product for myself. Because I was like, I need something to make me feel good. And what about, something that helps you from the inside out? You know what I'm saying? To fix you mentally first before you're able to do anything else. So, hi Pamela, thank you. And so I gave it a try. I got my samples, and then I just kind of stared at it for a while. Obviously, I did my research, being from the science background, I had to do my research. I had to read about this, because I was like, I always knew there was something great about, I've always lived a holistic lifestyle. For the most part, I've always been holistic, and I always think about things in a holistic manner that you can, help yourself and do these things if you research enough and learn about what our planet can actually provide for us. So I literally tried this product. I tried it after I did the research. Like I said, I stared at this package for the longest time, because I was in disbelief and skeptic. I was like, how is this thing supposed to help balance my 4 hormones and help me feel happy and help me feel balanced and help me feel, clear, and just remove that fog, So I sit at it, and then I remember because she messaged me and she's like, "Did you try it yet?" And I was like, "No, not yet. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. Just got it, and we'll do this." So I remember because I went to work and I grabbed it with me, and I grabbed a coffee, and I was just like, you know what, we're gonna try it. So I pour the powder in the coffee, and then I mix it up. And then I was like, okay, let's do this, right? So I take a sip and I drink it. I'm like, okay, it tastes good. It feels good, whatever. So I sip it, and I finish my coffee, and then I'm working. And then I find myself at work going, and I'm just like all over it. And then I feel great. And I'm just like, so then I message her and I'm like, yo, what is this shit? I was like, I feel like I'm on cloud 9, you know, cloud 9, you guys. I'm someone who has ADHD, so I was completely focused at work. And if you guys know my line of work, I work in a hospital and I work in radiology, and it can get really busy. So I was just so focused, but I don't know, I felt good. Like I didn't feel like anxious. I didn't feel stressed. I didn't feel any of that nonsense. So I was just like, yo, this shit's crazy. So, you know, and I had a 6-day sample, so I gave it a try, and I, you know, drank it, and then I did a couple days, and I was like, this is good. So then it got to the point where I was like, okay, so I was like, this shit's powerful. This is amazing. Like, what is this stuff? And then at that point, I was like, okay, so like I said, I was just going to buy the product. I was just going to buy the product for myself and, you know, do it and just add it. Because at the time I was doing makeup, you know, because I was hiding behind makeup. I was using makeup to kind of just fuel my passion, I guess, or kind of make me feel better. But it wasn't. I just, like, you know, it got to a point where I wasn't hopping on live anymore doing my makeup, and a lot of people noticed, and a lot of people asked them, like, when are you gonna do another live? When are you gonna do your makeup again? Blah, blah. I even still get people ask it, and I'm getting to it. Trust me, I promise to bring more makeup tutorials for you guys because I miss it, but I'm in a much better place now that I can finally do it with happiness. So anyways, then I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That's when I made the switch. I was just like, you know what? We're doing this. So I made the switch, and that's why I left makeup and I went into health and wellness, because when I saw the way that the product helped me and changed me, I was just like, it literally changed the complete, like, the trajectory of how my life was going was flipped. Literally. And I say this because I went from not knowing anything that I wanted to do to feeling not motivated whatsoever to I'm on cloud 9. I need to do this. I'm so happy. Like, I finally, once the fog like clears your mind, you're able to really focus and kind of see what it is that you want to do. And I gained that feeling of pleasure again, that feeling of happiness, because when you have a imbalance in these hormones, sometimes you're not able to feel pleasure. You're not able to feel these things. And so you're just kind of numb. And then you suppress your feelings with food. So anyways, that's when I decided to do the switch. And I was just like, you know what? And it's honestly the best switch that I've ever done. Because if it wasn't for these products, I don't know which way I would have went, to be honest. I really don't. So yeah, that's my story, you guys, pretty much. You know, and, you know, 6 years today, officially 6 years today, and your girl's still alive. And I am proud of it, literally proud of it every time that I look back about it. And it's crazy because writing that post that I did, I was scared. I was just like really, really scared. I was just like, do I post this? What are people gonna think? And it's all because of society, and how they put a damper on mental health. And it's just like, it's so sad because like I see so many kids now that are like 11 and 12 and they're learning about these things. They're learning about how to do this, and I'm just like, why? They're so young. They're literally so young to be doing this thing, and it's all because of bullying and people not liking each other just because you look different. And it's so sad. And that's why I'm so glad that I stuck with it, and I'm so glad that I stuck to advocating for mental health, and I'm so glad that I finally have that clear mind to focus and help children, because that's what I've always wanted to do. It's always been my passion. It's always been my number one. I'm never in this for the money, you guys. Never was. The only reason I started this was to help, you know, fill in some loose ends that I had and made sure that I had a cushion. And then when I finally got the guts to focus on what I wanted to do, I'm only doing this to fund it. I'm only doing this to fund the hospice that I want to open up, the nonprofit that I want to open up to help children. That's the only reason I'm doing this. Because, you know, it's really hard to find people that want to support a cause like that, or find people who want to donate to a cause like that, and for them to even see the importance of why we need something like this. Why we need something like this. Nobody sees the importance in it. So, anyways, guys, enough ramble, right? But, almost got teary-eyed there. So yeah, I mean, that's my story, you guys. Let's see if we have any people. So, anyways, that's the switch that I made, you guys. And I want to, because of how much this product has changed my life, and I know it can change somebody else's life, I want to give away a, little sample for you guys. Obviously, if you've already tried this product, you are not eligible for this, but if you are new to my page and you're just learning about my journey and you're curious about my journey, just obviously, I don't know, I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. I only got probably a few people on here, but if you just drop the word happiness in the comments, I'll come back in maybe like a few days and see, and then I'll gather the names. I'll gather the names of everybody who dropped happiness in the comments, and I'll put it in a little wheel spinner, and we'll pick a winner. That way it's a fair share of, you know, opportunity to try the products. But obviously if there's only one person, then that one person's gonna win. So anyways, thank you all for really hopping on here. It truly means a lot. I was very worried about talking about it. Really talking about it, because it's hard. It's really hard to talk about it, you guys. You don't understand, like, because of society, it's just so hard. Like, even saying the word, you know, suicide, or saying any of that, and it's just like, it's hard. It's really hard. And I've always suffered with anxiety. I've always suffered with depression, and I'm so grateful for this new journey, and I'm so grateful that I'm finally in a nice, happy space. And I'm happy that I'm able to really fully help people. So yeah, so anyways, thank you all for really hopping on. Remember, if you drop happiness in the comments, I will come back and collect all the names, put it in a drawing, and you'll be put into a drawing to win a free sample from me of the products that I've, you know, been doing and that have helped me in my journey. So if you're just now catching the replay and you want it, if you're just now hopping on and you missed the story, then catch the replay to hear the story, and then you can comment happiness. If you have never tried the products and you've been curious about it, then just drop that in the comments. So anyways, thank you all for hopping on. It seriously means a lot. And then, yeah, so I will definitely talk to you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, right? What do I have? I think I have an unboxing for you guys tomorrow. Yeah, because I just got a package today, and I'm so excited to open it with you. But yeah, so anyways, thank you all for hopping on. It truly, truly means the world to me. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for an unboxing, special unboxing. And yeah, so thank you. I love you all. I love you, T. I love you, Crystal. Thank you so much for staying on here. And yeah, I will talk to y'all later. And yeah, bye.